What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and let's get into it, shall we? And we're starting off with an article by NBC News, and this one is, should Pluto be a planet again? The debate rages on. Yes, Pluto should be a planet again. Okay, this was one of the biggest things that annoyed me growing up, and that was when I was in school. Obviously, we learned there was 9 planets in the system, including Pluto, right? So we had this. I had this for 14 years, learning that this was truth and fact. And then a bunch of arrogant people decided that Pluto was no longer a planet and to remove it. To be specific, the people who decided this was the International Astronomical Union, and they decided that Pluto arbitrarily was no longer a planet, and it drove me mad. And I can tell you now, it drove teachers mad, because frankly, they had to re-educate, they educated generations of people that there was 9 planets, and then basically this group of people went, no, you're wrong, it's a dwarf planet, and that's how it's staying now. So I do hope it is reinstated as 9 planets again, because just return the natural order of things. I think what pissed off a lot of people is that it was the arrogance of this group of people just to be like, no, it's not a planet anymore. And apparently the basis upon which they figured out, well, that they decided that it wasn't a planet anymore was actually based on astrology. It wasn't based on science. It was based on astrology folklore. And that was like, what? That's like insane. It wasn't based on science. It was based on folklore. So they believe that a planet must be spherical, orbit sun, and have gravitationally cleared its orbit of other objects. So Pluto was relegated to be the dwarf planet. But another group of scientists says, this is based on folklore. It's not based on science. And that it's harming both scientific research and popular understanding of the solar system. And the popular understanding of the solar system for decades, for nearly a century, was that there was 9 planets in the solar system. And there's other planets that they think also count as, there's also other objects in space that they think that count as planets, this other group of scientists. And they discovered this because of the telescope that NASA deployed, which was the New Horizons probe. The New Horizons probe that went out into space, and this brought back new information, and that's why these scientists are pushing for this. But I just think, in terms of the injustice that was done to Pluto, it should have, it's hurrah. It should be welcomed back as a nice planet, and we can all celebrate that the education we were giving as children now is actually valid, as opposed to the debacle that was our lives. Moving on to the next story, though. This one comes from The Guardian, and this one is about Ghislaine Maxwell, who has been found guilty in their trial. So they have been convicted on 5 of the 6 charges that they faced in New York. And yeah, it's a big one. They've been convicted of 5 of the 6. They're expected to face a maximum sentence of up to 65 years, but sentencing has not taken place yet, so we'll have to see what the sentencing says. But the U.S. attorney said in a statement, the Manhattan U.S. attorney said in a statement, a unanimous jury has found Ghislaine Maxwell guilty of one of the worst crimes imaginable, facilitating and participating in the abuse of children, crimes that she committed with her longtime partner and co-conspirator Jeffrey Epstein. The road to justice has been far too long, but today justice has been done. I want to commend the bravery of the girls, now grown women, who stepped out of their shadows and into the courtroom, William also said. Their courage and willingness to face their abuser made this case and today's result possible. And yeah, so it's a very good result, right? It is obviously a very good result. It's what you wanted, what everyone wanted, it's what everyone would have expected. And the saddest part about this is that it took so long for this to happen, right? There was allegations a long time ago, there was conviction a long time ago of another person, and there was information that this was happening, but nothing was done at the time to fix this, right? And this went on for a long time, and obviously Epstein died before they could face real justice, and at least Maxwell has got punishment for the hand they played in what happened. And I hope, even though I honestly don't think it does, I hope it's brought some small amount of comfort to the victim. But I know that nothing will ever make it better or make it right. But hopefully this gives them at least some form of closure upon the matter. Moving on to another story. This one is from NBC News, California man driving to White House to kill leaders on a hit list has been arrested in Iowa, officials say. So this is a 25-year-old man, apparently, called Chua Brilliant Young. He said he would do whatever it takes to get his targets, including Joe Biden, Anthony Fauci, court documents say. So a heavily armed California man was arrested in Iowa after he told law enforcement officers that he would do whatever it takes to kill government leaders on his hit list. The man has been held in Potawatomi County Jail in Council Bluffs since Thursday, according to sheriff's records. Young was pulled over December 21st in Cass County and found to have an AR-15, ammunition, loaded magazines, body armor, medical kits. Secret Service agent Justin Larson brought in a criminal complaint. An attorney for Zhang had no comment Wednesday. So this is a deeply disturbing one. But yeah, this guy was crazy. Guy's off his rocker, like mental. And he told law enforcement this. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. So he'd been driving from his home near Sacramento, California since December 18th with the intention to drive straight to the White House to get people there. Speaking with investigators, he said evil individuals he intended to kill, included Biden, Fauci, Barack Obama, and Mark Zuckerberg. Zhang was using a map up on his phone and his set destination for the White House. So, grocery guy. So, this is the scary. This is nuttiest part here, right? Where he added that if he was released from custody, he would immediately resume traveling to the White House and do whatever it takes to complete his plan. Jiang stated that he had no intention of returning to California to see his family because he plans on dying whilst fighting evil demons in the White House. Mind blown. Like, oh, and this guy had an AR-15. This guy got an AR-15. Yeah, that's scary, man. Holy crap. That's terrifying. And yeah, we'll get on to the subject of gun control in a second, because we've got another story from CNN. North Carolina 3-year-old who accidentally shot herself on Christmas Day has died. Oh, so this is a horrible one. Ailey Gordon, a 3-year-old girl who accidentally suffered a gunshot wound on Christmas Day, died Tuesday evening, according to release from the Henderson County Sheriff's Office. A 911 call was placed around 2:30 p.m. Saturday, reporting that a child had access to firearm and accidentally shot herself, according to the Sheriff's Office, which is south of Asheville, North Carolina. The child was airlifted to Mission Hospital and underwent medical treatment. Spokesperson Johnny Duncan told CNN on Sunday. Once the investigation is complete and submitted to District Attorney Andrew Murray, any charges will be at the discretion of North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation and the DA's office, the release stated. So, in 2020, more than 5,100 children younger than 18 were killed or injured in gun incidents, according to the Gun Violence Archives. So, yeah, I have no idea how this 3-year-old managed to get hold of a weapon. I don't, right? But apparently they did, and they ended up dying, which obviously is horrible. Absolutely horrible. But guys, I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and